Hi, I'm Nick White. I'm a clinical psychologist working for Fareham and Gosport CAMHS. When a young person is low in mood, what we can tend to find happening is that some of the first signs might be withdrawal from activities which are important to them. They may find that they back away from relationships. They may find that they tend to spend more time on their own. This can be something of a defence against something that they may be finding difficult, but the challenge is that over time, this withdrawal can simply serve to make the mood more difficult. They may feel they have no control over what they're doing. They may feel that they're in a difficult situation where nothing they do is really going to influence what happens in the future. When low mood is troubling a young person, it can therefore be incredibly helpful to have the building blocks of an understanding of what their activities are. So when a young person or a child's mood declines, it can be incredibly helpful to sit down with them and think through in more detail what is it they're doing, or perhaps what are they not doing during the day that may be helpful to make changes to and improve their mood. Structure can be incredibly important to us as human beings, and actually when our mood declines, the structure also declines. The first step can be completing a diary. This may seem very straightforward and quite simple, but actually sitting down with a piece of paper and thinking, actually, what have I, as the young person, or what do I notice the young person doing during the day? What sort of activities are taking place or not taking place? It can be very beneficial to use a structure of, say, hour slots and think about what's taking place in each of those times. You may hear a young person say very consistently, I just feel like I need to do something that's fun. And fun can be good, but after a while, even a fun activity can start to lose its appeal. What we may need to think about is combining together those positive fun activities or enjoyable activities with activities that can give someone a sense of achievement, a sense that they've accomplished something. A starting point can therefore be sitting down with a young person and thinking through with them about, over the past few days, what have you done? What's taken place? Now, commonly young people might say to us, well, I've just been stuck in my room. I've just stayed in bed. But through using a structure, using a diary, agreeing with that young person about how you're going to break up chunks of time, is it half an hour? Is it an hour? Is it morning? Is it afternoon? You might start to notice certain trends, certain patterns that can then be helpful information to think about moving forward. It can be very useful to start to score each activity on a 1 to 10 scale for enjoyment, for levels of achievement, for the sense to which it achieves other goals as well. For example, the extent to which a young person feels they're socially connecting or participating within their peer group. Over time, you and a young person may therefore be able to develop the look of a week that may feel achievable for the young person, but may also give them a sense that they're starting to engage in activities that are of value to them again. One of the things that can be helpful to consider is whether, alongside the achievement or the sense of positive effect they may get from the activity themselves, is whether having a reward may be helpful. What might happen at the end of a day if a young person's been able to build in key activities which are of value to them? What might happen at the end of the week? Over time, what you may notice happening is that an external reward isn't needed at all. What happens is that the internal pleasure or the internal response the young person's experiencing becomes the reward in itself. So I think the key element of this is sitting down, thinking about what the young person values themselves. It doesn't have to be huge. It could start very small, but actually thinking a little bit more about how, when mood is affecting us, how we withdraw from what's important to us, and building in a return to that one small step at a time can be an incredibly powerful way of starting to help with low mood.